Greetings of the day to the school owners, principal, teachers, and my dear coordinators. I, Sadgi Bhartiye from Smart English Lab, Smart Talk, is there in front of you today and would like to express my gratitude for listening to me. I would take your 5 minutes, and I assure you, these 5 minutes will help you and your school to be more productive and fruitful. Let's understand, first of all, that we definitely want your school to be the number one in the city. As we are a training organization and we have been working in the field of English communication, helping the students to develop their communication skills for the past 30 years. And in this journey, we have understood that what is the right way to help people learn English communication. You might have observed that we as individuals and maybe other organizations, we have been helping ourselves, helping others to learn English communication. But how many of us actually are able to do this? They may be 1 or 2% of organizations who can help any individual to learn English communication. Ultimately, students are able to write, read, but we miserably fail to help them learn the speaking and the fluency we all desire to achieve in the English language. So I assure you, these 5 minutes that you are going to spend with me will help you to learn the universal ways of learning English, which my organization has developed with the rigorous working of 30 years. So let's get started. Without an iota of doubt, I'm sure you will be surprised to know that only 10% of people in India are able to actually speak in English. Having said that, we do say that our school is English medium. We have so many schools which are English medium, but we know that even in these schools, the students are not fluent in English. They are able to write, speak. However, they fail to speak fluent English with the confidence that we all want. So, where is the problem? The problem is with the environment. Let's have an understanding of what my organization has done. With the experience and expertise in this area for past 30 years, we have first recognized the areas, the gaps that students have problem in. So let's get started with understanding the problems that the students suffer. The first one, as you can see, is hesitation. We all know that students, they only use English for learning their subject. They know that English is a subject and they may do grammar and other activities. That is why they feel underconfident as their use of language is minimal, or actually there is no use of English. The second problem is environment. The child feels that he's not able to listen English in the entire day, he's not able to speak because of the reason that parents, they talk in vernacular. There is no one in his vicinity or her vicinity that can actually speak in English. So that's where we say that environment goes missing. The third problem is vocabulary. A lot of students in our school, even if they try to speak in English, some other words will come in his or her brain that what do I say to that word in English language, which means we face problem of limited words that we need to express ourselves in English. The fourth problem is grammar. Of course, we all understand that the sentence structure and the nitty-gritty of grammar, the rules that we want to know as a student, they are important. So children face that because they do not know how the tenses, articles, and prepositions can work together, they do not try to speak in English. The fifth problem is pronunciation. And yes, of course, my dear friends, this is a major problem here. When we say pronunciation is a problem, they do have influence of their first language. So if a child's mother tongue is Punjabi, whenever he tries to speak in English, there will be some problem in the accent. So the words, the sounds, the vowels, the consonant, that go all haywire. And this is the time when the child feels that his pronunciation or her pronunciation is just not the one that people use when they are trying to speak in English. The sixth problem, and the last one, is wrong process of learning. Every teacher also, I would say that, even the students, they feel that I should be known about English through grammar, but that is a wrong process. We should try to learn English as we try to learn our mother tongue. So, how many of you actually help your students to learn English just as their mother tongue? No, not at all. We all follow the process, which is grammar first and then later, maybe, or actually in most of the cases, we do not make the child speak English at all or make the child listen English, which should be the first aspect of actually helping the child to learn English. Let's now understand what my organization can offer these students a complete solution for all the 6 problems. So beginning with the first one, as you can see, for hesitation, we have the first technique that we work on, which is IFR. That's called image feeding and replacement method. Through this method, we assure that every student will be able to speak in English just in few sessions. We begin with ham sessions, which means we develop the fluency of a student for half a minute, and steadily we take the child, stretch the fluency to jam sessions, which is just a minute. We work on a technique which also is supported by R+A technique, which is reiterate and augment method. The second, as you can see, the problem was environment, and the solution for it is LRWS assignments. So this LRWS technique is very significant, and it helps a person to change the thought process. So we all, you might have noticed that we all try to speak English by translations, but that's a wrong way. I cannot speak any language until and unless I have a lot of sentences in my mind of that particular language. If you ask me to speak French, I will not be able to. And hence, I'll have to translate what I think in English to French because I don't know language. I don't have the sentences of French language in my subconscious mind. Therefore, in order to make sure our students learn English just as their mother tongue, we develop a lot of sentences in their muscle memory by helping them go through the assignments of LRWS. The third problem was vocabulary, and for that we have a concrete solution, which is vocabulary enhancement. We don't just tell the students to go through thousands and lakhs of words we have in English. Nobody can do that. So what we try to tell the students that let's understand the root words. So through the help of root words, if the child knows the meaning of all the prefixes, suffix, and the root word, they try to develop their vocabulary just in one academic year. The next problem is about the grammar, and for that we help the students to learn parts of speech, tenses by different stories. So we try and help the students so that they can learn everything. Whatever we do in grammar, they are all connected with mnemonics and the law of association to help them learn the rules in a better way. For improvement in their pronunciation, we have a web application where the students can listen, record themselves with the correct pronunciation. As we know, for improvement in pronunciation, the child must know the right letters, its sounds, the vowels, the consonants, the diphthongs. And we start right from the grassroots level of helping the child to learn the correct accent and pronunciation. Coming up with the last problem, which is the wrong process of learning. And for that, we have one of our best techniques that's called UWOLAL technique of learning. That's a universal way of learning any language. So we work on all these techniques to help a child acquire the skills of language learning. In order to make sure that the 6 problems which we have just discussed and the 6 techniques that I have explained to you can be workable for our schools, we have developed 3 tools for it. The first one is the courseware, the workbooks, which is divided as per the CEFR level of each and every candidate. So for grade 1, whatever the CEFR level should be of that child, we have developed through our R&D team that what contents this grader 1 should learn in order to be fluent in English. Slowly and steadily, we take that grader 1 to the next levels, and for each and every grade we offer them a specific curriculum. The second one is a web app, which helps a child not only to go through and take the first-hand experience of language, but also helps the child to record, listen, and experience language in his own voice. The third one is the monitoring and the Train the Trainers program that helps each teacher to also develop their communication skills and ensures that teachers are efficient enough to deliver their best to our students. Even after improvising English communication courses to our students through the web portal, workbooks, and also helping them to be fluent in English, our work is half done, since we want our teachers to be fluent in English. No matter whether you may be fluent enough to explain your students about mathematics, social studies, science, geography, and other subjects. However, the delivery we all understand should be in English. And this is a place where teachers fail. They may be able to understand the concepts of different subjects, but we want the teachers to deliver even their own subjects in English language. Therefore, this is where we find the gap. And once we train the teachers to help them fluently explain their subject in English, we feel that they will be able to develop the environment of English speaking in the entire school. We also accept that kids, the students, they definitely follow their teachers. They even copy the panache in which the teachers talk, express themselves. So this is how we feel that Train the Teachers program can definitely help even the students to cast an impression, because if the teachers are fluent enough, of course, the students will follow them. So let's quickly understand now that what are the contents that we try to deliver in the Train the Teachers program. Understanding the 4 areas which are the major concern in communication. The first one being we want the teachers to be fluent. The second one is the pronunciation. The third one is the MTI. I hope we all know that because we have been raised speaking our own mother tongue, we do carry certain influences. And when we try to speak English, we do miss those nuances which are important to speak English. So we work on clarity, removal of MTI, pronunciation, and fluency. Another aspect which is very important is to make sure our teachers are able to speak English with correct grammar. So even the grammatical usage of English is important. Let's understand a very significant aspect of what we actually expect from the schools. We all understand that when we want our students in our school to communicate in English, it also becomes important that our teachers are also able to speak in the same language. As we all understand, the students will follow whatever the teachers will do. And here in India, it is said that only 10% people know how to speak in English. Summing it up, Smart English Lab, Smart Talk not only helps the school to improve the communication skills of their students, but also we strive to achieve that our teachers should be at C1 or at least C2 level of communication, so that they can train their students efficiently and effectively. Thank you so much.